Hi everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of By Skelly Stories. And today we are pleased to have with us, I would say our number one fan, one who's never failed to watch every single episode and comment and encourage us. She is a retiree, and we are here to listen to more about her story because her keenness on what we do also has something to do with how she lives her life. She is Terry Kaleche. Welcome to the studio, to the show today. Terry Kaleche Ngomba.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Thank you. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Kahaki.
Yes.
And
welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for thinking to host me. I've never been on camera before, so I thank God for this day that I'm here with you.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
My two children hosting me. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to By Skelly Stories. We're very excited to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
As Rose put it, I am a retiree in 2021, not too long ago. And there are many things that one can do when they are retired. There are those who retire and just think that they are tired to do anything else, or they work too hard to do anything additional. But I've made it a point to myself that I must keep moving, I must keep working, I must keep getting busy and active. So that's what I've done ever since September 2021. I found that I have more time as a retiree, in that I manage my own time, and I try to do it in such a way that my welfare comes first and foremost.
Okay.
I've engaged myself in a more serious way into sporting activities. Initially, I started with joining the yoga club, which I've enjoyed very, very much. And I still am. I like yoga. I try to go there. Actually, I try to go there like 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which I still do today.
Okay.
And then in between the yoga days, I try to do a walk, and I try to make it at least between 5 and 8 kilometers every other alternate day. So I've tried to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Terry, how old are you, if you don't mind my asking?
That's a bit...
It's a secret?
It's not really.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm proud to be what I am. I'm
Okay,
68,
I love it.
and I feel young.
Yeah. You look young. You look
yes,
very young.
thank you.
Yeah.
There is, age is only a number.
Yes.
Right.
And I've never let myself be put off by that, that thinking that I'm old or I'm...
Or you can't do it because you're
No.
such an age. Yeah.
Age is just a number.
Okay.
So I just keep doing what I need to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Terry, I know you like hiking, and I know you've been out on hikes. Rose always tells us about the hikes you go on. So when did you start hiking? Was that also since September 2021? How did you get into hiking? And where have you gone?
Yes, I think that was in 22. I think that was 22 when we did the Gare Dari. We started with Gare Dari. And then that was the most interesting thing because I had never done hiking before, and I liked it actually. I found the whole experience very, very nice, very nice and very, I just felt I wanted to be out there. And that's why I like walking, because I'm out in the nature, breathing in the fresh air and all that. So I really, really enjoyed that. And I couldn't wait for the next one to happen.
Okay.
And that didn't take too long because that's when we did the Kilimambogo hike, which was also very, very nice, very interesting. Going up to the peak there and everything, joining up with everybody.
Taking pictures at the top.
Taking the pictures and all that. And then from there, which other hike did we do? I did actually this was last year.
Most recently.
The most recent was last year when we went to the Ngong Gong Hills.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, for some reason, I found that a bit tough.
The Gong Hills one?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe, I don't know. I just found it a little
Tougher
bit
than the others.
tougher than I thought.
Okay, okay.
You know, I thought Kilimanjaro was hard, but I found Gong Hills just being a little bit of a challenge to me.
you,
But
okay.
I managed it. I
And
went
you
up
did
to
all
the...
the...
She did all
I
the
did.
hills.
I went all
Oh,
the way
wow.
up,
Yeah.
all the way
Wow.
up and down.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
You know, the most interesting part is that on some of these hikes, she's the one who tags me along. You know, like,
Really?
let's go.
Yeah.
Naturally. And if I just spill the beans, when she was younger, you couldn't keep up with her. She's a speed walker,
Oh.
literally a speed walker.
And you know where that comes from?
Yeah.
You know, like back in my days in primary and secondary schooling,
Yeah.
I was like a sprinter. I was doing 100 meters.
Oh.
I used to do 100 meters,
Uh-huh.
and I used to do the relay.
Okay.
You know, those ones
The dash,
really need
you
you
have
to,
to be
yeah,
faster.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
it came from there. You see,
Okay.
it doesn't go away, even if you lapse
Yes.
somewhere in the middle,
It doesn't
because
go away.
you find when you move on in life and you get to work, then you lose the time to do much sporting. So but that doesn't it's like a skill that you have with you, but it doesn't go away. So that's why I've always been this fast walker, and when it comes to hiking, I try to go
Fast.
No,
you
Team
know.
Subaru?
Yeah, she's
Team
Team
Subaru.
Subaru.
Yeah,
You
Team
go.
Subaru. She
Yeah.
goes. She goes.
Yes.
Love it. I can't believe it. Amazing.
And you talk of your childhood and your upbringing, having contributed to your fitness and that. Is there anything else you did throughout school? Were you an active sports person, and if so, what sports did you play or participate in?
Yes, that I was. Like I said, in primary, I was doing the sprinting. I was doing the 100 meters and the relays. Then in high school, when I went to high school, I was a member of the hockey team. I used to be in the team, a competitive team. I was also doing volleyball and netball. Those sports I liked.
Yeah.
And it's just that I didn't now pick them up
Okay.
when I left high school. But, those are sports I like. As a matter of fact, if you remember, Rose, whenever we go down to Mombasa, I try to join the volleyball team on the beach.
Oh, really?
And you guys laugh yourselves out, but I'm enjoying as you are laughing.
Yeah, because you're remembering your
Yes,
younger days. I love it.
absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
Okay.
So, these are things that are in you. You
Yeah.
just don't forget.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
even if you are riding a bike rider
Yeah.
and you lapse for some time, when you go back again, you just find the skill is still there.
Still there. And you
Yes.
still enjoy it.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So just last year you did something else. You did this hike to Gong Hills and you continue to keep active, but you did for the first time you did a marathon. Well, you participated in a race in the stand chart. How did that come about? How did you decide to now enter and
Actually, it's again Rose who encouraged me to join. I never thought I could. I was like, that's too long or that's too hard.
Yeah.
But then Rose encouraged me, and I decided to register for it. And I found it was fun.
Yeah.
I actually registered for 10 km,
Yes.
but on the day, I did 20 km.
Wow.
Because I told myself I'm still left with so much energy.
Let me just
I just want to do a little bit more. So I joined now the group that was doing 20 and
21,
I
and you
finished with them.
Wow.
I was just feeling so energetic.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to stop there.
Are you hearing this?
Yes. Yes.
Well, some of us are dying.
We're dying.
Like,
We're
give me more.
Us guys
give
want
me
to do
more,
the 10.
give me
We're
more,
like,
give me
what?
more,
Yes,
give me more.
yes.
And that was in October.
Yes, that was in October.
Yeah.
And then come November, now we had the Lona B challenge, which was the 5 km daily from
First November?
1st November to 30th November.
Oh my goodness.
And again, I decided to join because
Okay.
I just said, no, this I can do. As a
Yes.
matter of fact, what encouraged me was I'd been doing 8 to 9 km
Walking.
every day, walking, just
walking, yeah,
walking. And I
yeah.
said, what is 5 km?
Yeah.
I think I can do
can
it.
do it, yeah.
So then I joined.
Yeah.
But then I found, because it is every day
every
and it
day.
is non-stop, you
Yeah.
can't break, you can't pause, you can't.
Yes, and if you don't do it, you get kicked out.
Absolutely, you get kicked out.
Yes.
And that's why I said I'm not like I must be in this challenge, and I'm in it
And
to
then-
finish.
Yeah, okay.
And then what happens on the 10th? By the 10th day,
Yeah.
I don't know whether I just sprained my foot or something.
Oh no.
So by the time I returned back after my 5 km,
yeah.
I was really, really hurting.
Yeah.
And I told Rose, I said, I think now
Yeah,
I'm out of this.
yeah.
I don't think I can step on the ground tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then, you know, she encouraged me. She came here with ice packs and, you know, God knows what else, concoctions. So she just
we're not
helped me.
We're not going down like
Yes,
this.
absolutely.
We're going down fighting.
Fighting. Yeah,
So
I love it.
the next day I was back out again, a bit sore,
Yeah.
but I still went.
Okay.
I still went. It wasn't too painful.
Yeah.
So I pushed myself, myself, and I finished the 30-day
30
challenge.
days of 5
30
km.
days of
Wow.
non-stop 5 km every day.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, it's doable.
Yeah.
It's doable.
Yeah.
So it's never too late, really, to do something that you put your heart to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
especially if you know it's something that is going to benefit you
Yeah.
health-wise.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You just go
yeah.
and do it.
Yeah.
Because like it said, you know, take the pain, where there is no pain, there is no gain.
gain.
No,
I
no,
love it.
no
No
gain,
pain,
no pain, no gain.
Right, yes, yes.
So that's what motivated me to keep on going
Yeah.
until I finished the
Until-
30,
yeah.
30 days.
the 30 days of 5 km.
Yeah. And you feel accomplished.
Yes, I felt
Yeah.
accomplished.
Can
I said,
imagine,
at my age, honestly,
It's
I can do
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
And now, in fact, right now, I'm very open-minded. I'm
Yeah.
like,
What
come
next?
the next challenge, but I really want something more challenging.
Challenging.
Oh.
But I will not be hiking to. I will not be hiking to Mount Kilimanjaro.
Okay. That
Don't
one.
even waste your time telling me about it, because you've told me stories about it, and no,
You're not.
I'm not
You're
in.
not. You're not boarding that ship. Okay.
I actually
Rose, you've
choose the
had
ones
that?
that I think
Your
I
challenges.
Can,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Trust me, there are many other challenging things
Yeah.
Yeah.
down on
Down the
ground
road.
zero. You don't
Yes,
have to
You
go.
don't
ground
have to go-
zero. That's where
You
I
don't
am.
have to go to Kilimanjaro.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
And I think last year was a year of many fasts. Okay, well, I won't call it a fast, this particular one. You also chose to perfect your swimming and include it as part of your training, or at least your fitness.
Yeah.
How is that going?
That is actually going very well. As a matter of fact, like I said, if you have this skill in you,
Yeah.
you don't forget.
Yes. Yeah.
I was always swimming, but not on a serious note.
Okay.
So when I got a coach
Yeah.
to help me out, I just found myself now perfecting
Your
the
strokes.
movements,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
actually now starting to enjoy.
Yeah.
Because previously I was like exerting too much energy to swim and fighting with the water and all that. But now I realize once you let yourself enjoy the sport and be free, you can actually now enjoy the sport.
Yeah. And
So
now learning
that's-
to do it
yeah.
the right way helps
Abs-
you
absolutely.
enjoy it better.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now I can say I'm swimming like a pro.
Love it.
Yes, and I'm actually proud of it, because my grandsons and granddaughters, whenever we have a chance to be together,
Yeah.
you know, I used to be in the baby pool, you
Oh,
know,
okay, okay.
because I couldn't swim.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
at least out there,
Yeah,
but I
then
was
you're
like,
watching them from the
yeah,
baby pool.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Now
So
you can-
now I'll be teaching them.
Yeah, how
I
to swim.
feel
Yeah.
I feel very proud about that. Yeah.
Amazing. So how often
Yeah.
do you swim? How often do you swim during the week? Because now you're walking every
Yes.
other day, you're doing yoga,
Yes.
and now you're swimming. So how
Yes,
often
yes.
are you swimming?
Like once or twice.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You know, as time permits,
Yeah.
because I'm also trying to combine my sporting with
Yeah.
my other activities,
Yeah.
my other side of life. I'm
Yes.
trying to farm.
Yes. Okay.
So sometimes I'm out of town
Yeah.
and whatever. At least twice a week.
Okay.
I
That's
try to
nice.
do
Okay.
that.
Okay. And you swim every time you swim with your coach. You swim with a trainer, or now you're on your own.
No, I'm not yet on my own.
You're okay.
I still have
You're
a few
still-
more lessons to do.
Okay.
So
That's
I
amazing.
wish to finish that and
Yeah.
just perfect the art.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's great. That's
Yes.
nice. So, looking back in terms of how far you've come with your fitness, You said there's a period you stopped, or at least life happened as you're raising the children and going through work. What advice would you give somebody who is at that phase at the beginning of life, their career is happening? Had you known better, would you have still found time to do exercises earlier then? You know.
You see, the thing is, we didn't have much communication around. You know, the media was not there. You know, the communication tools that are available are not. We didn't even have mobile phones. I mean, there was nothing to mentor us or to help us understand that even if you find like half an hour of doing something for your body, that is more than enough. We didn't have that. And the thing is, like Rose is saying, when life happens, you find yourself in the family life. You have the job to take care of. You have too many things to juggle. You don't even think about finding time to go and be active. And the funny thing is, actually, I used to, because my other children are professional swimmers. They used to go for championships and all that. And I would drop them whenever there was inter-school challenges. I would drop them to the school
swimming
gala, swimming gala. And I was just sitting there on the benches waiting for them. And, you know, on reflection, I'm like, I wish I was also like asking to be taught at that time. I would have been a professional swimmer a long time ago. But then there was nobody. There was, I mean, that wasn't the focus thing. My focus was just drop them, wait, drop them back and pick up my other chores and all that. But what I would say for the person of my age today or even younger is one has to find time for themselves, for their body. It is just so important that you know, because you think of your day like as a woman, the way you apportion time to take care of your family, to take care of the children, to take care of your husband. And I'm like, what about time for you? My me time, where is that? Even getting out half an hour, just taking a walk, or just, you know, something that helps you, you know, keep your body active and healthy and all.
And I think when you do that, it'll help you with all the other chores.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely. You see, if I knew that earlier, then probably I would be more fitter today. So to speak.
Goodness, how much more fitter? I don't know. What?
And you see, the thing is, you see, exercise in the earlier days wasn't running or walking or doing these sportive things. The kind of work that we did because of the situation that we found ourselves in, even when you found yourself in the kitchen or you're washing clothes or you're doing something or you're cleaning the compound or the house. Okay, of course you have house help, but then that is always not enough. You find yourself having to do some of those things. Whatever you do that makes your body move, that in itself is exercise. That in itself is exercise, and it is what kept us fit. Now today we know better. We know about going to the gym. We know, you know, about going for hikes and all these other things that are there. So
but you make a very important point, because you know, while you could find activeness within the home, household chores, today we are more mechanized. You put clothes in the washer, dishes in the washer, and you're hardly doing any manual work at home. So if you're not intentional about your fitness
being active,
you know, you can easily find yourself sort of losing your fit. What can I say? You just find yourself deteriorating at home, or just
or not being
wasting
active
away
at all, because you're not. There's nothing
else. You come from work, and maybe it's a desk job. It's an 8 to 5. You sit the whole day. You come back home, and you put things in the dishwasher, in the machine, and and
there's not much activity.
You take the vacuum cleaner. You know, I mean, I remember we used to sweep the carpet with a broom. Now you just use a vacuum, and there's no hard work, so to speak.
So true.
True. And that's why I'm saying, I mean, today's woman or today's girl has to make that time, my me time. Right? There are all those other things that are being done, whether you're using the washing machine or you're doing something or someone else is doing that for you. whether you are in the office or whatever kind of job or activity that engages your day, your day-to-day living. You have to be intentional about finding time for yourself. And it is important that, just like spiritually, personally, I start with going for mass, daily mass every day. And then from there, when I come back, I'll have my breakfast and immediately hit the road. I'm going for my walk. And that one I try to do religiously. And I'm doing, just coming from the Lona Bee challenge, I try to do 5 km minimum every day, which I find very refreshing. You see? So one has to be very intentional about what they want for their body, for their health. Find time to do something, because it's so easy to make an excuse or to start thinking, oh, it's getting too hot now. It's too hot, I can't get out there. So schedule your time. Schedule your time. If it is swimming, go swim during the peak of the day when the sun is
nice and hot.
Nice and hot. That's the time to go for an activity like swimming. Or like in the morning, before the sun gets out, do the walk then. Or keep it for late in the evening. But make it, absolutely. Be intentional about doing some things. Schedule yourself. Actually, the way I do it, just so that I don't forget and I don't get mixed up with other, chores or other activities, that unplanned activities, that is. I mark my activities on my calendar, so that it beeps, it's walking time. It beeps, I know I have to go for swimming. It beeps, I know absolutely. That's how I keep it. Otherwise,
I see why Rose is the way she is. I've been wondering. Now I see it. I see it very clearly.
You want a calendar of activities.
Absolutely. Without a calendar, let me tell you, Kahaki, without my calendar, I can't. I just feel lost. Or like I find I have forgotten. Oh, I was supposed to have gone there at this time and I forgot. And some things are critical. You really have to honor them. Like my doctor's appointments are there. If I need to see a doctor or whatever.
This is so interesting. So it's so interesting. I love it. I guess just to add to everything you've said, from our, we talk about mental health in this season, and there's a lot of that. And for you, how has all this exercise, in terms of your clarity of mind, what does it do for you, the activity that you do? Because you look amazing, I must say, and you're of course very active in it, So what has it done for you?
For your mental?
For your mental, physiologically,
I feel it has helped me. Honestly, I just find that I'm able to just manage whatever I need to manage
very well.
Clearly, I focus and I sit and plan the things that I want to do, and I stick to that. I don't have this problem of forgetting to do things. Although I said I use the calendar, that doesn't mean that my whole brain is on the calendar. I just try to. I find I'm focused, and I feel better. I feel healthier.
Absolutely.
Yes, I would say actually, I don't know whether it's the work that did all the beating, but I can say I feel healthier today. At 68, I feel healthier today than I felt at 65, because I retired at 65. In the organization where I worked, we retired at 65.
Okay.
And I just felt the nature of work that I did just gave me those long hours, and left very little for for me. But I would say that in the last 6 years of my working life, I actually was in an environment where I was able to do quite a bit of fitness for myself. We had clubs where we would walk, in a big compound. There was also yoga. So whatever activity that was available, I tried to join.
You tried it.
I tried to join because I was already now in that awareness space where health is health is what I need. Health is the most important thing that I need at my age.
So stress, you can totally eliminate it, or at least well managed. Because stress comes in different forms. It's families, all manner of issues can come up. How do you manage?
Absolutely. Let me tell you one thing like when I feel there are issues that are in my head that are just trying to clog me,
Yeah.
I get out. In fact, there are times when I've gotten out of this place or on the not umbrella, you know that coat, on a raincoat.
Yeah.
Because I just felt I just need to walk.
Yeah, and it
And
clears your head, it clears your mind.
By the time I do my 5 km,
Yeah.
even though I come back all muddy and all that,
Yeah.
I just feel I'm so clear and I'm so free in my mind.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
keeping
So
fit.
there's a theme here.
There is.
There's a theme
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So,
Yes, yeah.
I think closely related, again, and just touching on as we sort of wrap up our conversation, your nutrition. I think at this age and being an active person, how you taking care of what you eat, and you know, how you making sure that even as you're active, you're replenishing and giving yourself energy for the next activity.
Yes. Eating is critical, like diet is critical. Like now, okay, you guys are having water, which is a good thing, but here I'm having ginger, and I've made my own
concoction,
thing.
yeah.
Yes, I'm having ginger, I'm having carrot, I'm having, what else? An apple.
Okay.
So I try to do natural things myself.
Okay.
I would hardly get, you know,
Some
the
sweet juices.
the sweet juices from the shelf and all that. I'm like, why do I need to do that?
Yeah.
So I try to make them myself. Diet is so important, so critical.
Yeah.
You have to choose. How is your breakfast?
Yeah.
What are you eating for breakfast? Is it a complete meal? Like, do you have your proteins there? Do you have your carbohydrates there? What are you having?
Yeah.
Try to eat a good breakfast.
Yes.
You know, this is what I've come to learn.
Yeah.
A good breakfast is what you need.
Yeah.
And maybe just a lunch that is not too heavy.
Okay.
And then in the night, I just try to be on the carbohydrates.
Okay.
Carbohydrates and
Veggies.
a protein.
Oh, and a protein. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I try to leave out the starches.
That's the carbs.
That's
Yeah,
the carbs,
I try
so
to
you
leave
do
out
the
protein and vegetables.
Yeah,
veggies.
protein and veggies. Yeah. Actually, most of the times I'm having spinach at night
Yeah.
and maybe a piece of chicken or something.
Okay.
I try to
Wonderful.
keep it light because I think to myself, I'm never going to burn what I'm. If I eat any carbs, then I'm not going to
Burn them
burn
because
them
you're going to rest at night. Yeah.
So I keep it there.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice.
Terry, thank you so much. I think our viewers have learned a lot from what you've shared, and actually have been challenged. At 68, you're hiking, you're learning how to swim, you're walking, you did your 10-kilometer stand chart and then extended to 21. I don't know who does that, but here we are.
Yeah, definitely.
So really just so encouraging. Thank you so much for joining us here on Bicycle Stories and sharing how you do it, why you do it. It's very inspirational to both of us. And thank you for also supporting Bicycle Stories the way you do. Our #1 supporter, and we're so happy to be able to interview her and that she continues to be active.
Yeah.
So challenges to you and to all our viewers. What are you doing? How are you staying active at whatever age? Yeah. So thank you for watching Bicycle Stories, and we'll see you next time.